If you look at children who survived the Holocaust, 90% of the children went into the helping fields. They became doctors like us, nurses aides, psychologists, social workers, you name it, paramedical people, 90% of us.
At the heart of an incredible legacy, a riveting history.
Still affects me when I talk about it.
Dr. Fred Kader, a groundbreaking pediatric neurologist who owes his life to the care and kindness of others. Born in Belgium in 1938, separated from his family 4 years later. He was one of the hidden children of the Holocaust, an innocent taken in and sheltered at a safe house called Wezenbeek.
We were orphans, and we just lived that way. There was very little supervision, and I guess we must have roamed the streets of Wezenbeek. As a 7- and 8-year-old, you can imagine what that was like. So one day, a gentleman showed up and said he was my uncle. This was 2 years after the war had ended. Most of the orphanage had emptied out. Unfortunately, I wasn't ready to live with a family. Well, I didn't know how to live with people. I didn't know how to live with family.
After an unsettled 2 years with his uncle's family, young Fred went to live with a great aunt in Montreal, and a chaotic life finally started to calm.
And slowly with time, I got to realize that people did care, people did love you, people did want you to succeed, people did want you to grow up.
So that's what he did, progressing through grade school, high school, and psychology studies at McGill University in Montreal.
I stood in the mirror and I said to myself, if your mom and dad were here, what the heck would they want you to be? What the heck would they want you to do? And the idea popped into my head. You got to be a decent human being. You got to be a mensch, like they say in Jewish. I started to go to med school in spite of the quota against Jews back in the early 60s. I said they're not gonna stop me. Because I realized who needed the help the most. And I was a good example of it with children. Children don't get help, they don't survive. And then being interested in the brain and in psychology and brain function, I started to lean in medicine towards the brain-related field.
During his 4th year of medical school, Dr. Kader proposed to the woman who would become his wife of more than 50 years, Sarah.
We got married and went into the hardcore of medicine, internship and residency, and she was Rock of Gibraltar for me and the family, and we brought up 3 children.
He honed his skills in residency at Albert Einstein Medical Center and Johns Hopkins before an associate convinced him to give Omaha a look.
So came down to Omaha and parked the car, turned the key off and forgot to put it back in. We've been here ever since for 44 years. So, and it's been a super place to bring up children. It's been a super place to live, super place to work. People accept you for who you are. They appreciate what you do.
After 4 years with the University of Nebraska Medical Center, Dr. Kader went into private practice.
I had met the pediatricians here, finding out that my partner had never gone to children's hospital. He was all alone and he just didn't have the time to go look for more work. But I did. I walked across the parking lot and walked into children's and been available for kids ever since.
It's the first pediatrically trained neurologist in Omaha. Prior to that, we had the adult neurologist taking care of children, and they are not always familiar with children and how to deal with children.
And he's always been committed to children's and the mission and the goal of children's. And I can honestly say that he's always treated every child as if it was his child, which is what we all shoot for here. That all children can have the best, highest quality of care in a compassionate environment. I think he exemplifies that.
I think he's very knowledgeable, and he has always been honest with his families and the patients that I sent to him.
Dr. Kader retired earlier this year, just shy of his 80th birthday.
I'm not going to quit being available. I've told them all. I may not be seeing patients anymore, but it doesn't mean I've shut the machinery between the eardrums. So if you have any questions, you got any problems, call. We can always visit about it.
Dr. Fred Kader, a hidden child of the Holocaust who grew into a pediatric legend.
I think Dr. Kader is one of those people that's never been in it for his own gain, his own glory. He just kind of quietly does what he does because of his love for humanity.
A tribute to those who so long ago shielded him from atrocity.
Took a long time to become a decent human being. Took a long time to become a mensch. But once I got the message, and I knew I wanted to help kids because I didn't know why, but I knew I was driven to that.
He really is, to me, one of the finest human beings I know.